final CA students, kindly look into it. The final course, Module 1 to 4, Paper 5, Indirect Tax, Part 1, Goods and Service Tax, Module 1, relevant for May 26, September 26, and Jan 27 examination. So, these are the things we are going to take you through it in the next series. Be prepared, have a pen and paper with you so that you can make notes of yourself and understand in detail. We are here to help you to study further and pass out the CA exams. Paper 5, Indirect Tax Laws. What is going to be covered are everything written here. Part 1, GST, 80 marks. Please remember it's a 80 marks paper, so you cannot skip this. What are the contents will be the GST law as contained in the Central Goods and Service Tax Act 2017 and Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, including case studies based on the following: levy and collection of GST and IGST, application of CGST or IGST law, concept of supply, interstate supply, intrastate supply, supplies in territorial water, charge of tax, including reverse charge, classification, exemptions from tax, place of supply, time of supply, value of supply, input tax credit, computation of tax, GST law, liability. The procedure under the GST, including registration, tax laws, tax invoice, credit and debit notes, electronic way bills, accounts, records, returns, payment of tax, returns and case studies based on the different provisions, job work, liability to pay in certain cases, admission of GST, assessment and audit, inspection, search, seizure and arrest, demand and recovery, offense and penalties, appeals and revisions, advance rulings, ethics under GST, other provisions. Part 2 is customs and FTPs. This we will take later on. Right now, we will be concentrating on the 80 marks paper. 20 marks paper we will take afterwards. So, what are the modules covered in the 1? Chapter 1 to 6. 6 chapters are covered in the module 1. The chapter 1 is supply under GST. Chapter 2, charge of GST. Chapter 3, place of supply. Chapter 4, exemptions under GST. Chapter 5, time of supply. Chapter 6, value of supply. Module 2, input tax credit. Chapter 8, registration. Chapter 9, tax invoice, credit and debit notes. Chapter 10, accounts and records, e-way bills. Chapter 11, payment of tax. Chapter 12, electronic commerce transactions. Chapter 13, returns. Module 3, Chapter 14, import and export under GST. Chapter 15, refunds. Chapter 16, job works. Chapter 17, assessment and audit. Chapter 18, inspection, search, seizure and arrest. Chapter 19, demands and recovery. Chapter 20, liability to pay tax in certain cases. Chapter 21, offense and penalties. and ethical aspects under the GST. Chapter 22, Appeals and Revisions. Chapter 23, Advanced Ruling. Chapter 24, Miscellaneous Provisions. So these are the four modules which we are going to cover in detail. Now let us understand detail module 1, what you are going to learn in the chapter 1, supply under GST. The first one is taxable event under GST supply. The second one is relevant definitions. Then the third one is concept of supply, section 7 of the CGST Act. Composite and mixed supply, section 8. So then the chapter 2, charge of GST, learning outcome, content, introduction, relevant definition, extent and commencement of GST, levy and collection of CGST and IGST, section 9 of the CGST Act, section 5 of the IGST Act, composition levy, section 10 of the CGST Act, chapter 3, place of supply, introduction, relevant definition, place of supply of goods other than supply of goods imported into or exported from India, section 10, place of supply of goods imported into or exported from India, section 11, place of supply of services where the location of the supplier of the service and the location of the recipient of service is in India, section 12, place of supply of service where the location of the supplier or the location of the recipient is outside India, section 13, clarification on the place of supply, interstate supply, section 7 of the IGST Act, intrastate supply, section 8 of the IGST Act, supplies in territorial water, section 9 of the IGST Act. Chapter 4, exemptions from GST. Chapter 4 gives the exemption from GST the power to grant exemptions from the tax section level of the CGST Act and section 6 of the IGST Act. Goods exempt from tax, list of services exempt from tax, powers not to recover goods and service tax not levied or short levied as a result of general practice. Chapter 5, time of supply. Then the chapter 6, value of supply. These are the chapters which we are going to cover in the next series. So hence subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you and God bless.